Oh,
Your hair looks fine.
You look fine.
We have a saying in Swedish, everything becomes a beauty. And yeah, everything becomes you.
We do have a little bit of a joke that it's a little bit like the Golden Girls, you know, Rose, like the St. Olaf quotes. Emma forever is going like, oh, we do have a saying in Sweden, and sometimes they can be pretty odd.
Well, at least that's entertaining.
It is.
But some of them are pretty, like, you know, I was going to say head on the nail, but I think that is that
nail on the head even?
Yeah, there we go.
Nail on the head?
Yeah, ow. That's painful.
Yeah, don't try putting shells on like I...
This is the kind of day I'm having. My office is so warm and I'm so tired. I'm just going to be spacing out. So all viewers, sorry, this is just going to be bonkers.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So what week of quarantine are we in? I've lost count.
7?
7 maybe, yeah.
7?
Don't know.
I'm checking my watch.
I don't know what day it is. Weeks.
It's been a long time. I've lost track of days.
Is it May?
It is May
now.
May now.
It's May.
It's May. I've had my calendar. I got so pissed off with April. I set my calendar to May around the 10th of April. I was like, well, screw April. April's crap. So yeah, we're like a week into May.
Oh, sneezing.
Oh, Rona.
Have you noticed that? If you sneeze or cough in public, everyone
backs off.
Yeah.
It's
quite fun though when someone's been a bit
coughing.
of a dick though. I was in Tesco the other day, and this guy was not giving anyone any space. He was getting really in people's faces, like leaning around them and ignoring the one-way system. So I was like, he shifted from that aisle so fast. I just looked at the old woman next to me and winked, and she was like, and I was like, yeah. Like,
have you noticed though, it is always men, bless them. It is. I've noticed whenever I've been in Sainsbury's, Tesco's, wherever it is, the people that are whizzing around, don't have time to wait for you to move along, are all men, and they're all the ones who are, like say, climbing over you to get something. Like,
you mean men as in men who are statistically more likely to die if they get hospitalised with coronavirus?
That is the ones, yes, those very same.
They say testosterone makes you more risk-taking.
Yeah.
So
maybe not really in a risk-taking environment at the moment, though, are we? I mean,
I'm risk-taking.
I can be a bit of a risk-taker at times, but I have eased back from that.
I'm kind of more of the opinion, like, you can take as many risks as you want for yourself, but don't take them for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I want to do my own risk-taking, I'll do it myself. Thank you. Don't need you to breathe all over me.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. This is a crisis where we have to rely on the empathy and intelligence of others, which is why a lot of people think we're fucked.
Which I thought we were supposed to be quite good at this queuing malarkey. That's what us Brits are supposed to be good at. Queuing and standing around and doing what we're told. We're getting a bit rebellious, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I have to
in
say,
panic mode, it all changes.
Well, that's the thing, though. I have to say, I thought where we are in Stoke-on-Trent, I thought it would be anarchy. I literally thought day one, it will be like lawlessness. It's been brilliant. And I've actually been looking at the stats of like coronavirus cases. You can like look in your area. There's fewer cases here than there are across the border in Cheshire, Poshville. It seems to be Poshville. Suddenly, no one wants their privileges taken away, and they're like, "Well, I'm going to do what I want." And they've all got coronavirus, and more of them have died than they have around here. So, yeah, I have to say, Stoke, I apologise. I thought that you would be a lawless wasteland.
Wasteland. We're walking zombies by now.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I thought. I thought, oh, we're dead. We're dead. So my survival is based upon the people around me doing what they're told. Oh, well, goodbye. Let me just write my will. Hold on. I'm a goner. But no, it's been really good. It's been
fine. Yeah. People have been really responsible around here.
It's been like
I heard a bunch of kids like playing with each other outside, but they were kind of playing with each other because of, say, social distancing. So I heard like one group of kids were like on one side of the road on one pavement, and the other group was on the other side, and they were both like racing to the end of the street and then going back again.
Very
So they were
sweet.
obviously staying 2 meters apart the entire time, which,
Yeah.
you know, you should be more than that. But still, for kids, I thought that was very responsible.
Yeah,
More
it's cute.
responsible than many adults.
Yeah.
I'm just hiding out in my own garden, catching a tan. Look, I've got white bits.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been abroad. It's quite good.
Yeah.
I got proper, you know, like white lines. Look at that.
You've
Proper
got
tan.
You've got your holiday tan going.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I did get a bit burnt the other day, though. I was a bit like.
Do you remember when we all went to Oxford?
Yeah.
You got massively burnt.
I always get burnt.
That was
I only got to look at the sun and I get burnt.
Oh, same. Yeah. I mean, I'm always getting burnt. But like that took like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were both goners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I always go really, really red and burnt looking, and then within 24 hours I'm brown, so it's not too bad.
No.
But yeah, I've been out today and bought some more Factor 50 because we've run out. So I am being responsible by burning.
That's good.
First.
Burning responsibly.
You see, I go red and blotchy, and then I go white again. I just don't do the tan bit.
That is just the most frustrating, you know, if you spent all that time and money to go somewhere in order to get a tan, because that's all I go on holiday for. I go for like 2 or 3 days of exploring. The rest of the time is sitting around the pool, tanning. That's all I'm there for. So if I come home and I'm not tanned,
it doesn't bother me because I've never tanned. I've got a bit of an allergy to the sun as well. I'm liable to get heat stroke. I burn, so like this, just sitting in the sun is just not an enjoyable thing for me, so just don't bother. So yeah, but I think because I've never ever had a good experience with the sun, it either burns me or it makes me pass out, or you know, whatever. I'm always like, damn.
Yeah, because she gets overheated really fast because get this, people, she doesn't sweat barely at all. So when it gets really hot, she has no way of like cooling off naturally, so she gets overheated. So I have to stick her under a cold tap.
I was going to say, yeah, you've just got an excuse to throw water at her.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When I'm in that situation,
it's for your own good, love. It's for your own good.
We do this with care and love. I wouldn't care.
Me standing there with like,
I love you.
Yep, that's our marriage.
Goodbye. Anyway, on from the torture. So
yeah,
I released a book last month, and I sent a book off to my editor. I've released 2 audiobooks. I mean, like, talk about quarantine, like, you know, getting you to get on with your work.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of stopped. I've kind of stalled now.
Yeah, I think I was quite similar. I released the book. There's 2. Well, the audiobooks are waiting. One's just been released and one's waiting somewhere in Audible's ether. I don't know where it is, but it's there. Another one's been assigned, so that's being done. And I've got a book on the go, and the short story was done. So, you know, I'm feeling kind of like I've been productive, but now I've stalled.
Yeah.
Sun's out, and now I'm like, yeah, you're going to go and sit in that.
Yeah, see, I'm not sitting in the sun. I've just spent like a week to 2 weeks just kind of going like.
See, you had that. That's what I had 3 or 4 weeks in.
Yeah.
I had that really early where I was just like, this is miserable. I hate it. I'm going to cry. And I did. I cried several times because I wanted to see my friends.
And then the sun came out and you went,
the sun came out and I went, Sodom. I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm on holiday now.
So what about you, how's your productivity?
It's been pretty good. I think the fact that I've kind of that I'm writing fantasy now helps, because I get to be in a different world when I'm writing, a corona-free world. So I can just kind of delve into that. So yeah, I'm like 110,000 words into that, so I'm almost done with the first draft.
That's 2 books for me.
That's like 2 books for me.
Not for fantasy. For fantasy, they're long.
Yeah.
And they take so
they're
much
going like, oh, I'm
research.
nearly done with the first draft. I'm like, that's 2 books.
Done, love. That's at the editors by now. 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Romance books, so much faster to write. Not necessarily easier. I know people think that. Not necessarily easier, but faster. But I do have my last full romance book coming out probably next week. So I've got one of those coming out, and then obviously we all have our little short stories,
Yes.
our little romance short stories for our little summer anthology.
I don't think we've mentioned this on the show.
We've alluded to it. We said we were writing short stories. But.
Yeah, we teased them.
So, well, I suppose we should make the announcement that we're going to be teaming up with some fantastic other authors, names coming soon to a blog post probably, to release a series of short stories about summer, and it will be available on probably the 1st of June.
Just in time for summer.
Just in time for summer.
Strangely, that
almost as if someone had planned it, say
just
4 or 5 months ago.
If
So yeah, that's coming up. Really looking forward to that. Actually, I've been sort of like, I've been formatting it. I've been flipping through people's stories and then sort of ending up reading them and then being like, no, you're meant to be formatting these, not reading them. So,
well, it's quite fun.
Yeah. It seems to be a good kind of like diversity in the stories. Some of them are funny, some of them are like actiony. So a good mix, I think.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That will be in sort of what? Oh wow! I mean, we're in May. I can't even believe it. So it's like 3.5 weeks now. It'll be out. How did that happen? And last week,
it's like a giant skid to oblivion, isn't it? Yeah, like a big skid mark right away to oblivion.
That's the cheeriest thing we said today.
Yeah, Claire, that's just what it's like.
Time right now is
I think I stole that from Absolutely Fabulous, but I'm not sure. But just in case, Jennifer Saunders, that's your one.
Oh, but it's weird to think though, isn't it? Like a week ago, we should have been at South Coast.
I know, gutted.
Yeah.
Gutted, because that would have been so much fun. But
it would have been a lot of fun,
You know, it'll just be even more fun next time.
Well, you postponed
storing up all the fun. Yeah.
What date did you postpone it to?
I think I've put in a kind of sketchy 12th of September.
I think we might actually be able to do that now.
I think we could be all right. It's booked in, so we've got it. We've got the date if we want to use it. So, but if we can't, if we have to wait till next May, then we have to wait till next May. And
I think that's the key.
I'm hoping we can do something in September, even if it's just like a mini South Coast or whatever. You know, whoever can make it makes it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's also hard at the moment. It's all very up in the air, and you've got to sort of make decisions based upon what the situation is at the time. But you know, other places are talking about opening up. I mean, like Germany and Italy, I think Spain as well, are all talking about, you know, potentially, you know, you will get a summer holiday kind of thing. So the tourism industry is in decline. So if they're talking about that, they must be relatively confident that, you know, July, August, September is going to be better. But
maybe I don't know. I don't think we know enough about it. It's just a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a risk taker. I'd probably go, yes, I'll go. But it's the other people in my life I'm more worried about. It's not about me. It's people that have got immune system issues or heart problems. And I could already have it. I don't know. I could be walking around carrying it and be immune to it and, you know, passing it on to every single person I meet. I don't know. So they need to, that's what I want. I want them to up the testing so that we can find out who is immune to it, who's not, who are the real people at risk who need to be kept away, kept at home, while the rest of us can get out there and get on with bringing the economy back into play and getting back into work. Because I don't mind going on a farm and helping pick stuff if they need it. Do you know what I mean? If I'm immune to it and I can be of help, I'll clean a hospital or whatever.
But I think
you won't know unless we're tested and asked.
Yeah, we're in a situation now where the antibody tests that we've got are sort of hit and miss whether or not they're accurate. And obviously there's nothing worse than a false positive or a false negative. So once they get that sorted out, I think we're going to see that ramp up and the scale go up very quickly, and then we'll be able to see. And there's the thing that, you know, you get all these misleading reports. Some say that, like, once you've had it, you're immune to it. Others say once you've had it, you might be immune to it, but, you know, you might not be.
I think the issue is if you will be immune to the strain that you had, but there may be more than one strain.
Oh yeah, they already know there's 12 strains and it's mutating all the time. So it's like, you know, which strain did you get?
Exactly. So you'll be immune to one, and that might not be the one that kills people. That might just be the one that gives you a horrible sore throat or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot that they need to learn. But I think it's been absolutely terrible that we've had so many people in hospitals, so many people suffer with it. But we're in a situation now where that pressure's come off the NHS and off the science industry as a whole, that they can actually analyze the data of what they found out. And people, you know, the other thing is time, because someone needs to have it, get over it, get well again, develop antibodies, and then go and get them, you know, blood taken or whatever for science to have a look at.
But they've already started that. I was reading a National Blood Service report that they've actually started those trials, so that's good. They've sent blood from people that have got over it back into the system, into hospitals, to give to patients to see if it does work. So hopefully it will.
Promising.
Because, you know, I don't like this loss of freedom malarkey, and I find a little bit, you know, governments and things like that, I'm like, you could use this to your advantage. So
see, I'm just like, you want me to stay home to protect people? Okay. I'm just like, you know what? and they're like we have an app that's going to go on your phone, and I'm like, yeah, sure, where am I down? No, don't worry about your privacy. I don't care what's the address. Just, if that could mean I could get out and I'd be saving other people, they're like, no, we won't be saving any of your I don't give a shit, just tell me where I download it.
To be fair, I don't care what details are you going to save on there of me. My name and my address, you know that anyway, so I'm not bothered with that.
I mean, you could be hacked and people find out a hell of a lot more than that.
I suppose the problem is, you see, they know where you are at all times. That's the thing that people will be a bit
I mean, I have a Fitbit with that my tracking information on, so people could hack that and find out where I am anyway.
Already have all of that in it.
I'm downtown, you know, where am I? What am I doing that, you know, will be terrible if they find out where I am.
We know where you are, Emma. We've tracked you down.
I'm right here.
You're in your house, as you have been for 7 weeks. But no, I think it's funny because you get these people who are going like, oh,
as you can see,
never mind.
I'm in Italy today, by the way. Italy today.
Nice.
Right? That's where I am.
I used to get
traveling
that.
around Europe.
I used to get that when I worked in Canary Wharf. When the winter had the orangey one, and in summer had the lemony one, just to kind of go like, it's summer. Because that's how my brain works.
That's how we divide the year up.
I saw an interesting article on the BBC, and this is a good one. It asked the question, would you snitch or not if you saw a neighbour or something having a party, or if they're just having guests around? Would you snitch? I'm firmly in the yes I fucking would camp. I'm like, yes.
So me and Max actually discussed this yesterday, and we were in the kind of, it depends how many and what they're doing. So if there was just 4 or 5 people sitting in a garden, spaced out in chairs, just having a conversation, I probably wouldn't snitch.
No.
If there's 25 people in having a barbecue, getting drunk, and they didn't invite me, I'm snitching. I'm snitching 100%. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, where was my invite? At least ask. So But
what about you, Em? Would you snitch?
Yeah, I mean, it would be like looking at the circumstances, but mostly yes, I would, just to keep everyone else safe. Because again, you know, it's not just to be mean; it's because life and death is actually on the line here. So your barbecue should wait.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where being sensible can start to, you know, like you say, if you've got a friend and you just have a friend round and you sit in the garden and you have a cup of coffee, or, you know, you go round to their house and there's 2 or 3 of you, I think that's a sensible kind of risk to take at this point now where we are. And I think that's probably what Boris will allow us to do maybe on Sunday, maybe just to let a few people meet a few people. But it's the idiots that are doing the mass gathering. What's wrong with you? I mean, 40 people around your house.
I mean, I'll admit that, you know, my parents came round last week before. They were around for about 40 minutes. We have a large open plan downstairs, so we could sort of like socially distance. But that was a unique
were like
situation.
4 meters away from each other.
Yeah. My mum was like, that's 2 meters, and I'm like, no, love, that's like 5. Don't worry. Like my mum knowing what a meter is. But like that was a very unique situation because my mum's not been very well and stuff. So, you know, there was a reason. And we were all very hesitant about the idea of it. But there's been something happening in Stoke, well, not Stoke, so just outside actually, where people have been doing the clap for carers on a Thursday, and then they've been having, while they're out, they have a game of bingo across the street. But apparently this has twice rapidly gone downhill into a rave. And
How does
people
a
have,
bingo become a rave?
during quarantine,
I tell you what though, right? Okay, so here in the cottage, it's quite quiet. We're a very tiny little village, and we all go out and we all wave to each other, and we all say hello, and we talk to each other and say, how you doing, yeah, and everything. Some guy around the corner in this little close that's around the corner, he's clearly a DJ for a living. And at 7 o'clock, he set himself up outside in his house, and he bombarded the whole area with music for an hour and a half, right?
wow.
You could have had a rave, honestly. You could have had a party out there. It was great. I was considering tonight taking out a bottle of wine and just sitting on my side of the street. The neighbours can sit on their side, and we can have a chin wag and a chat.
Oh, careful, because that very quickly turns into a rave.
Turns into a rave. Or maybe someone dealing these. It'll be going nuts.
Yeah, there'll be some little Doris will be going around trying to sell you stuff. But I think you've got to be really careful, because there's that line, isn't there? It's like people suddenly go like, oh, because like they interviewed these people after, and some people said that they knew it was wrong, but you know, they've been cooped up for so long. But then some people were saying like it just gradually morphed and they didn't think anything of it, and it wasn't until the next day they had regret. And I was like, well, yeah, but like if any of those people who are clearly rule breakers anyway have broken rules previously and are infected, and then you hung out with them, you didn't think about it, and then the next day, well, it's tough that you regret it then, because you could well be positive for coronavirus. So you know, it's a hard one, because you think
especially now that we're starting to see the effects that it can have on young healthy people. You know, kidney failures and strokes and stuff like that. Like it is getting more serious in different ways. Like, you know, you are not safe just because you're young. So,
or it's a lot of people that have underlying issues that they don't, maybe. You could be,
you think the doctors will
walking
find
around
out
with some sort of illness. I mean, I know my dad had an enlarged heart, and he never knew anything about it until he died. Well, he didn't know about it then. We did. He didn't know nothing about it at all.
Well, he could have been watching from above.
And he went, oh, I get it now.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. So, you know.
No, I think there has been like talk of like people who have got like lung damage afterwards. Like they've got nothing wrong with them, never had anything, no underlying health condition, but it's hit them so hard. Maybe they've had a certain strain of it. That they've got like damage to their lungs, and then people are saying like, you know, what's the ongoing consequence of this? If you catch it now and you recover, are you gonna be in a weakened state, not necessarily to coronavirus, but just in general?
To anything.
Yeah, and they're saying the kidneys, and there was something in New York about children getting some new illness.
Yeah, there's a rare thing, isn't there, that children get? Right. I mean, very, very rare. Nothing to sit and panic about, but
all frankly terrifying.
And just like the point is like we don't know much about it, so you know, don't start taking risks until we're allowed to take risks. It's kind of
to be fair, Mother Nature does this quite often. There's always some kind of illness or disease that sort of turns up every 30-40 years and smacks us about a bit and says, there you go, have some of that until you work it out. You know.
Do you think that's
what
1920
we had the Spanish
Mother
influenza.
Nature getting rid of us. Yeah, Mother Nature's had enough of us. Look at the planet. It's all breathing again. It's all lovely because we've stopped doing what we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mother Nature goes,
yeah.
Get back in your homes, human beings. Let the rest of the animal kingdom have a go. Yeah.
Yeah, like the goats in Llandudno in Wales who just took over the town. I love that. They're all like in the hotel. They're
everywhere. All these little stories of like
goats are
deer just wandering the streets and things. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for something in Police Cottage. Where's the deers? Where are they? They're all over. So like,
yeah, you're more likely. Yeah, here you're not going to get anything. You might get like a rabid fox or something around here, but we're not going to get anything else.
All we see is rats, really. Oh, we've seen more seagulls, but that could just be because we're walking more by the River Trent, so maybe that's why.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's also because we're not chucking rubbish in the sea for them to eat.
Yeah, they're having to come further.
They're coming inland to see what they can scavenge.
So like, where are all the chips?
Yeah,
we've been to ice cream and there's not a chip in sight.
Not a chip.
Poor seagulls.
Yeah. So, Claire, what are you currently, if anything, working on?
Well, I am working on a new romance as usual, but I am currently pimping my little self because the doll maker has been picked up by Books Office, who they're kind of a group of people, a team who will take books from indie writers or unknown writers and try and push them towards the screen. But obviously with the coronavirus, that is all up in the air again. So they've come up with this really cool idea where they're taking books and they're getting actors to read them. So all the parts will be played by an actor, and then the narrating bit will be done by another actor, but they will narrate the whole thing. And then and so when there's dialogue, somebody jumps in and they say the words as that character. So my book, The Doll Maker's been used for that, and it's going to be out on the 12th of May. It starts 12th of May, and it's for charity. So it's all going to help towards the NHS COVID-19 charity. And you can get a ticket for £1.
Amazing.
Or it's more. If you want to pay more for a ticket, that would be nice. But you know, if all you can afford is £1 and you want to watch, I think it's 11 or 12 episodes.
Cool.
All for £1.
Lovely. And
Not
obviously
£1 per episode, but £1 for all of it.
And obviously, if you pay some more, that goes towards charity.
The more you pay, the more it goes to charity. Exactly.
So I take it that's all on booksoffice.com, isn't it?
Yes, or on all my pages. You can find it, all the links. They're all pretty much everywhere, actually. Some people have been really good with sharing the links, so they are all over the place. But yeah, on my pages, you'll find it. Yeah, so Jessica Clark will be playing D.I. Whitton, and Tom Lister, that's his name. Yes, I get it right in the end. Tom Lister, who was in Emmerdale, he'll be playing D.I. Saint.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then there's a few more names and faces you'll recognise. So
you shouldn't have bothered making it into an audiobook then.
I shouldn't have bothered, no. Could have done it.
Just wait for
You're getting a dramatisation now.
But I do love my audio book though, because, you know, Fiona did a fab job. She did. And she did the second one for me as well. So, you know, it's all good. But yeah, let's, you know, it's just it's another opportunity, I think, to get lesbian characters onto a screen.
Yeah.
And to get some kind of, you know, because hopefully there will be people from the TV world who might be watching these books being read. Not just mine, but there's other books as well. And you know, and if anyone who's that kind of smaller writing enterprise can get that leg up to get onto TV and to have their books a bit more, you know, recognised, then I think it's great. So
it helps the industry. So I think even if you're not necessarily that, you know, interested in the book, I think it's a great, you know, platform to help the whole community, really, just to try to get it up, you know, get exactly. Visibility up.
Exactly. And even if you can't watch it live, because it's going to go out, I think 7 and 8 o'clock in the evening, so even if you're busy and you're doing something else, you can watch it on catch up. They're providing a catch up service as well, so you can just download it and watch it whenever you like. So no excuses. Come on,
for £1. That's very impressive service.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So it's fun. Yeah. And other than that, I'm writing a romance. As usual.
As usual, right.
As usual. But,
what about you, Em? What are you currently working on? I've lost you.
She's lost us. She's back, and she's back in the room.
Yeah, I got a little lost there, actually. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, yeah.
No, as I said, like before, I'm writing on a fantasy book and waiting for my next romance book to be out. And that's pretty much it, really. And also kind of plotting the next book, the sequel to Silver Beasts. So the next book in the map-making magician series. So I can do that in the background as well.
That'll keep you busy.
Very productive.
Plenty of products to get out there at some point.
Yeah. So
Amanda, what are you doing? Come on, tell us.
Well, I started writing just another romance. I started writing another book. And I kind of stopped. I got a bit stuck because I managed to finish my last book, which is with the proofreader now, exactly when lockdown happened. And I asked myself the question, the next one, do I write it ignoring COVID, mentioning COVID, like not about it, obviously, but mentioning it, or in the future where it's happened, like what do I do? And I got a bit stuck and I decided to just ignore it. And I decided to write something a little bit out there about an angel who comes down to earth with the goal of having to save the soul. She's a terrible angel. as in she tries her best, but she's shit.
It's useless.
Absolutely useless. Every time she goes downstairs, which is to Earth, she just makes everything worse. And the idea is that she's meant to save this terrible, terrible insurance CEO. And she just finds it very, very difficult. So I think
an ice queen, obviously.
Yes, so I was going to say, yeah, a bit of an ice queen trope there.
Obviously.
Age gap, if we slip that in as well.
Yeah. But I got about 20,000 words in, and then I just got done and I couldn't write anymore. So I'm hoping to pick that up again. Other than that, as I say, recently released The Startling Inaccuracy of the First Impression, which I will always regret calling it something so long. And then I have at the proofreader my next one, which will hopefully be out in June. So busy, but yeah, I've been stuck for a while. So
I think it's easy to get stuck. It is easy to get kind of just, because there's nothing to break the day up. We're just writing. Whereas actually before we would have just been writing, but we would have had stuff to do to break the day up. We would have gone for brunch or coffee or just chat with somebody. And now that's, so now you kind of feel like everything is just, it's in this office and that's it, or that laptop, or so it can be a little bit trying to focus. Easy.
And it's so easy to keep working, because like, what else are you going to do? So you work throughout the day and you work throughout the evening, and then you have completely screwed up your eyes and all the muscles in your shoulders.
And you can't go to the chiropractor because they're shut.
No,
they're closed.
You can't go and do anything.
No. But as I said, for me, it's really helped being able to write a different world, because as you said, because you're kind of locked in your little office. Like the book I'm writing now, called Whispering Wildwood, is obviously set in this big magical forest. And while it's a scary forest, it's still very different from these four walls. So it's been nice to be able to kind of write like the opposite of where I'm stuck. So working can help as well as hindering.
It can sort of take you off somewhere. So I'm currently in Los Angeles in mine, I think. California for me.
Nice.
I might have to get some wine to refocus.
But the question is, will you have COVID-19? That's the thing that Amanda was saying.
No, well. I'm not doing anything morbid. I've done the End of World book once. I've done my bit. All right, people. I've told you how to survive this already.
Pay attention.
There was
go and buy Dire Need, and you'll get all the answers to how to survive the end of the world. It's fine.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was funny because I polled people in my group. I said, like, should I mention it or not? And it was like, no, don't write a book about COVID-19. I was like, no, I'm not saying write a book about it. I'm not going to go like Gemma was on her deathbed in her iron lung. It's like, do you reference it? Because like, should we go to the cinema? Doesn't exist. Should we go to the restaurant? Doesn't exist. Like there's, for a long period of time, like this.
Should we have our first kiss?
Yeah, in 2 years' time. It was so cute. Someone said, why don't you just set it in 2021 when all this is over? I was like, sweet summer child. It won't be over in 2021.
There's still going to be after effects.
Well, exactly. Like, people wearing face masks and people not travelling to certain places, and just like the after effects. And,
people dealing with grief.
It's just, my love life is just done, isn't it? It's done.
Yeah.
I just give up.
Sorry.
Well, it'd have to be online. I mean, Amanda and I had a year online apart when we met, and it was hard. It was bloody hard, but it is doable.
And I think actually that that was a really good time for us, because we managed to talk more than we ever would if we'd spent that same amount of time actually like dating. We never would have got to know each other as well as we did by talking online all the time and by emailing. We got to know each other much more in depth, much more quickly. And I think
because when you're dating, you go do stuff, like you go to the cinema, or you go like experience things, and you talk about the things you experience, which is great. But when you are kind of doing it online, you are kind of talking about your memories and how you see things and your dreams and your priorities. So you kind of speed up how quickly you get to know that person.
I think you also talk more as well, because if you're going out for a date, everyone doesn't want to seem too keen and all that rubbish. So you might go, Tuesday we'll go out for dinner and go to the cinema, but then I can't really see you again till Friday because social convention dictates. But when you're already talking online, you're kind of like, well, I know you're online, I see you at LiveCon, and you go, hello, kind of thing, and you chat more, and you chat more in depth when you do chat. So So you gotta find the one during quarantine.
I totally agree. I mean, I've had relationships online that have been exactly that. When you've learned more about somebody in 5 weeks than you would have done in 5 months of knowing them.
Yeah.
But I think there is that point where you both know that you want to now take this forward. You want to be physically in each other's presence, and that I think is going to be a really difficult thing for a lot of us in the next few months.
Yeah.
It's a massive. I'm quite a tactile person, so to not be able to touch the person that I was dating, involved with, in love with, whatever, that would be, that'd be really hard. It is hard. Yeah. It's hard because I can't even touch my friends, and that's hard enough. Not in that sort of way, but there's a line. There's a line that me and my friends have.
Come on, Claire. don't go racing off into indecency so soon.
No, not yet.
We keep it PG.
Give another 5 minutes.
It's not even the end of the world yet. You got another 6 months.
The one who kind of gets us into the gutter. So if anyone's going to do that, it should be me. Leave me my jobs.
Oh, bless. Well, I can't believe it. Dementia Dog's been as silent as anything on the desk. He's sound asleep.
I love that you've got a dog on your desk. I mean, it's a small dog, but if my cat was on this desk and stretched out, he'd be on the floor. He'd be like,
yes, look, people, look, there he is. Hang on, can you see him?
Yeah, just about.
There he is. Scouse, give him a poke. Scouse, look, there he is.
Oh,
hello.
It's like, no.
Hello, Bubba. He's giving me evils now because I've woke him up.
Yeah. To be honest,
go back to sleep now. Go back to
Yeah.
sleep. Yeah.
That's
there
not
you
gonna
go.
work.
You've made your debut.
Well, I've got Bruce in here today, but there's no way on earth Bruce is going to be picked up and go and count. Bruno, okay, you can pick Bruno up. Bruce, not a chance.
Yeah.
Where is Bruno? Do you know?
No.
I've not seen him.
Frightens me a bit.
He's out gallivanting.
Where he is.
Probably.
He's trouble.
He's out gallivanting somewhere, isn't he? Causing trouble.
Yeah, probably.
It's a bit like Tumble. She's out somewhere doing God knows what.
causing mayhem.
Honestly.
Right.
That's
anyway.
Does anyone else have anything great to say?
I don't think so.
No.
I think we've kind of.
That's
no,
it.
I think we need some audience participation. I think to start, letting us know what they want us to talk about, or maybe we could even have a guest. Maybe we could have a guest speaker on every now and then. Who could we drag in?
I have a couple of ideas of people.
I mean,
and there's been a few people who have said at times that they wanted to be on.
They have to come in for 5 minutes, and then we can shove them off. They don't have to be here the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think our connection is strong enough for too long or too many people. So they'll have to just come in and go,
hi, see you later.
Yeah. Or rather, in these corona times, it'd be hi, and then they'll go. Honestly, I thought my broadband's pretty good, and then this hit, and every bug around here is online. Netflix all day, every day, and I'm just like, where's my connection gone?
Max, because I go and work on my laptop. It's easier, and because Max has to do like a lot of Skype calls and things, so I'm like, just use the office. But even she said today, like the internet was really playing up, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be recording later. But it's been all right at the moment. But I think it is, like you say, everyone in the area is all on it. Everyone's using the internet.
Yeah.
So
all those children,
mad.
And their online education.
Homeschooling. What's that all about? Keep them there. Can we keep them there? Because the roads are lovely.
I know. I want them out. I want them out because every now and then they play outside and make noise. I'm like,
that's fair. Do you know what? I'm prepared to go and work in an office. Let's just rent an office somewhere where we can go to work and leave the children at home.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care how it works, just as long as I don't have the sound of children playing or bouncing on a trampoline outside my window. That's pretty much all I'm interested in.
Oh my God. So we've got Bouncy Trampoline Child. And after about 2 weeks, I was like, Mags, I'm going to kill her. I was like, let's get someone round to climb over and take that apart. Because and Mags was all, oh, don't be mean. It's all, they're having fun. Blah, blah. 5 weeks later, Mags is like, I'm going to kill her. And she's one of these kids, bless her. Well, there's 3 of them. We think there's 3 of them. 2 of them are all right. They just get on and play. They make a lot of noise, but they're fine. They're playing. One of them just cries constantly.
Oh.
And it's not just like a little whimpering cry. It's a proper screaming cry. Like whatever's gone wrong in that kid's world, it's the end of it. And she's letting everyone know.
It's just straight up not having a good time.
And it goes quiet. Yeah, it goes quiet. And you're like, and then 2 minutes later, good grief, what's going on over there? So yeah, I might have to go over and take the trampoline apart.
Well,
oldest thing in the world.
Oh well, we've got 2 young girls, and I'm not going to call them children because one of them, quite frankly, should know fucking better. She's 15 at least, and see them, they go out there. It's literally like the parents release them because they're not out there all day, and then suddenly for half hour they're like running out, like literally like the parents like drop a gate or something and they bomb out into the garden, and it's like bounce, 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 for about half an hour to an hour, and there's all the giggling and having fun. But one of them is like Emma's size, bigger than Emma's size, and I'm like, get off that trampoline, like
exercise.
I'm worried about that trampoline because I really think she's going to be like mine won't splat.
Do you think it's like playtime?
Yeah, I think it is.
Like the parents are taking school really seriously, and so it's like you have to be downstairs by 9 o'clock. You've got your lessons until 12:15, and then you can have an hour's lunch playtime. You know what I mean? I think maybe that's it. Do they have to, like, at 3:30? Are they done? Are they just out there at 3:30?
Well, quite often it's in the evening as well, something like 7:30. Because because everyone's out in the afternoon. Like quite a few people are out now. There's music playing, kids are playing, whatever. I'm like, fine. It's the afternoon. It's warm and sunny, and it's nearly a bank holiday Friday, weirdly. So I can get, people are out. So sometimes I'll have a break at this time, then I'll have dinner, and then I'll go to work when everyone else is kind of like winding down and they're all like inside eating dinner. But quite a few times it'll be me sort of like, my music all night, nice and sedate in this room, and then suddenly they're and I'm like, they're out there again.
That was a trampoline sound for anyone wondering.
That's a perfectly good trampoline sound. Thank you very much.
I thought it was a rave.
No, that's up the road after bingo. Oh, it all comes around, doesn't it?
It all goes around. It's all there.
Well,
I was listening.
I am going to go out for my walk soon.
Yes.
Oh, we found something amazing. Right, we've lived here for 4 years. 4 years, right? Literally, I'd say a 6 to 7 minute walk away is a path that we always knew about, which on one side has got like a sort of local football pitch, and on the other side's got a bit of a field. And we've never been in either because I don't play football in the field. I didn't know if it belonged to someone, but I've realised the field doesn't belong to anyone. It is public property. Mm-hmm. We went on a walk around there a couple of times. Then one day we were like, where does this path go? And we went through to this beautiful oasis with this kind of like waterfall thing, and then up to an abandoned set of railway tracks that goes, well, we don't know where it goes. That's part of the adventure.
Amazing.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's all overgrown. I'll post a picture of it on my social media.
It's photos of that.
Absolutely amazing, but we've never seen it. We've lived here 4 years, and suddenly, because of quarantine, we're going like, oh, I've got nothing to do. Go scrabbling around and find an old railway track.
Yeah, it's actually some forestry, which is good because I was whinging to Amanda that I hadn't seen a tree for too long.
Yeah.
Probably writing like about forest and everything. I was just like, I want to see a tree. So she found me trees.
Yeah.
She found me a lot of trees.
And
so now we actually have somewhere to explore.
Nice.
Yeah. It's funny because like if we go missing, and like there was a time when we walked, because obviously this is an old railway and there's some bridges that we walk under, and we are walking under them going like, if we had a dog or we were a morning jogger, this is where we'd find the body.
That's where you find the body. Yeah.
And now I'm kind of wondering if maybe we're the bodies. So if we go missing, this is the video the police need to listen to, right? It's down south by the cars.
Just down there.
Down there. That's, I mean, obviously you found our body, so you probably know where we were found, but
well, we might not. You might
if I got missing, that's probably where I am.
I might be sitting here thinking, when are they going to say do another thingy?
Yeah,
like,
I've messaged her. She's ignored me for a week, and that's way longer than I usually do.
I've been upset. Oh, why is she ignoring me? Yeah, and Emma.
Then you'll know why. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're dead by the River Trent.
Yeah,
That'll be
we're by the
name of
river,
the
by the
story.
bridge, by the abandoned railway track that we
Yeah,
were like, hey, let's go
decomposing
for a walk.
nicely.
Decomposing nicely.
Feeding the local environment.
Oh, how sweet. Decompose. Oh. Anyway, yeah, gotta look good.
While we decompose.
Oh, but if I have died and anyone's watching this and I'm dead, like to the future, could you buy my latest book so that my mum and dad have some money to pay for my funeral?
Also, someone feed the cats.
Yeah, feed the cats. Sorry, Bruce, should have thought that first. Someone come feed the cats. Thank you.
Not that we're morbid or anything.
You don't want to take the cat, just feed them.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. Leave them living here. It's fine. We paid the council tax up for the year.
They'll be fine.
They'll be all right.
All right.
Yeah. Have an extra house.
Give them some food now and then. Right. Okay. I am going out for my lovely walk.
Yes.
So thank you. It's been great seeing you. And yeah, anyone who's got any ideas for topics we should talk about in the future, just leave them in the comments or something.
Yeah, or if you have any questions, like if you have any questions, we could do kind of like a little question and answer session. So yeah let us know. Yeah. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the notification button.
Yeah,
we do like lots of likies and comments.
Yes,
we do. Fun. Yes, they make us happy.
Make us smile in quarantine.
They make us more likely to do this more often.
That's true.
They make us decompose nicer.
Very nicely.
Very nice. Okay. Bye.